Hi everyone. Today I want to share on how to prepare a purchases ledger control account or a trade payables control account. Right, to begin with, is it an asset or a liability account? Yes, it's a liability because this is an account for trade payables, and trade payables do have a credit balance. So let's look at the principle of a liability. A liability has a normal balance on the credit side and a negative balance on the debit side. Increases are recorded on the credit side and decreases on the debit side. Okay, so let's look at how to prepare the purchase ledger control account. So this account has a normal balance on the credit side, and this balance represents what the business has to pay to its suppliers. And on the debit side, we have a small balance, and it represents what the suppliers needs to pay the business. Okay, so let's start with the transactions that are recorded in the purchase ledger control account. We have credit purchases. Where do we record credit purchases? Is it credit side or the debit side? Yes, it's credit because purchases has a debit balance. So we record it on the credit to complete double entry or to increase this balance. We also have cash refunds paid to credit suppliers. Do we record it on the credit side or the debit side? I'm giving you some seconds to reflect on that. Okay, let's go. That's credit. Why? Because when a business is refunded, the amount is debited in the bank account of the business. So a corresponding credit entry is made in this account. So we record here. Right? We also have interest charged on overdue accounts. Right? When the business fails to pay in time, they are obviously charged. Right? So how do we deal with that? Do we record on the debit or the credit side? Yes, it's credit because it is going to increase the balance that the business has to pay to its suppliers. What about discounts received? Where are we supposed to record discounts received? Debit or credit? Very correct. It's debit. Why? Because a discount is a reduction, right? That the business gets from the suppliers. So it is going to reduce the balance on the credit side. So we record on the debit side. What about the cash that the business pays to its suppliers? Where are we supposed to record it? Correct, it's debit. So we write bank or cash. Why? Because it is going to reduce the balance that the business has to pay, right? We also have returns outwards. Returns outwards occurs when the business returns some of the goods bought on credit to the suppliers. So it is going to increase or reduce. Yes, it is going to reduce the amount that they are supposed to pay. So returns outwards on the debit side. Then we also have a set off. And remember, in our previous video, we said a set off is a settlement between two firms. So that set off should be recorded on the debit side. And remember that the smaller amount between the two figures is the one that is supposed to be recorded. So we record it here, set off. Then we balance off our purchase ledger contract account, and as usual, the balance on the debit side ends on the credit side. And the one on the credit side ends up on the debit side at the end of the month. So we have our balances like this. Thank you very much. Subscribe and see you in my next video. Thank you.